In Stillwater, Minnesota, in the last round of a famous hot dog competition, regular competitors and arch rivals, Wayne McNutt and Slim Jim, are the last two remaining, and each continues eating as fast as he can to be crowned the champion. Moments later, the judge blows his whistle, and after a count is done, Wayne wins by a single hot dog more and celebrates as the crowd cheers him on. Slim Jim is annoyed by the outcome and accuses Wayne of cheating before he is pushed off the stage. $1,000 and a trophy is awarded to Wayne, and he joyously sets off to go back to his house. Outside the establishment, Wayne enters his car, dubiously pulls out a hot dog that he had stuffed in his pocket, and starts eating, glad that no one else figured out that he did, in fact, cheat. All of a sudden, a mysterious figure arises from his back seat, attacks him, sucks all the fat out of him as he struggles, and kills him. Elsewhere, tension is high between brothers Sam and Dean Winchester after their recent argument about the interference of their brotherhood in their highly sensitive work of hunting supernatural monsters. Sam approaches Dean carefully and tries to check on him and see if they can finally put aside their differences and move on. However, he finds Dean groggy as he stays up all night studying the report of the mysterious death in Minnesota. The brothers agree to put their differences aside and head to Minnesota to see what's going on. There, they pose as federal agents and go to the police station to get a detailed account of the bizarre death. At the station, the brothers meet with Sheriff Donna Hanscom and are shocked to learn that Wayne's body has been found shrunk to less than half his last known size. The sheriff admits that even though the official cause of death is a heart attack, there's not much to support that conclusion. Upon further inquiry, the brothers learn that the police are stumped as they couldn't identify anyone else with a grudge against the victim after confirming Slim Jim had a well-verified alibi. Sam and Dean go to Slim Jim's house to speak to him about what happened. Sam sneaks around hoping to find anything to tie the runner-up to the murder, while Dean conducts an interview with the suspect. After a few moments of searching, Sam finds a Pootsie bag that belongs to Slim Jim's gypsy wife Mala and steals it to study it further and check whether Mala put a spell on Wayne to get him out of her husband's way. By the end of the interview, Dean learns that even though there's no love lost between the two rivals, Slim Jim had nothing to do with the murder. The brothers leave their cards and exit the residence to return to their motel. Later that night, Mala comes to the brothers' motel to demand her Pootsie bag back and explains that aside from its use for putting curses on people, the Pootsie bag is also used for blessings. Mala goes on to confess that she loved Wayne, was having an affair with him, and so used the bag to give him a blessing and help him win so that they can use the award money to start a new life together away from Minnesota. On the other side of town, bride-to-be Carol stays late, alone at the gym to put in an extra workout, so that she can lose more weight and fit into her wedding gown. After a hard session of workout, Carol goes to weigh herself on the scale, hoping that she's closer to her target weight, but is disappointed to learn that she has in fact gained weight. As she tries to process this and proceeds to retake the weight, a mysterious figure walks up from behind her, knocks her out, and kills her by sucking all of her body fat as she screams in pain. The next morning, the incident is reported to the police, and the brothers accompany them to the crime scene. There it is revealed that this victim has also shrunk to less than half her last known weight at the time of her death. Upon examining Carol's body, the brothers find a suction mark on her back and wonder what it signifies. The brothers then attempt to talk to Sheriff Donna about their discovery, but learn that she's scheduled to be out on a wellness leave for the rest of the week. Sam and Dean then decide to split up to find out more about the case. Sam goes to the morgue to check on Wayne's body and see if he has the same suction mark as Carol, while Dean stays back at the gym to speak to the gym staff. While speaking to the gym instructor in charge of locking up the previous night, Dean sees the same suction mark on her back, but fails to get any detailed information on where and how it came about. The brothers reunite back at their motel, and after sharing their discoveries, they look into the gym instructor's schedule for the last month and discover that she has taken a couple of wellness days off from work to go to a spa called Canyon Valley Wellness Spa. Then they research the spa and learn that it promises to help its clients lose weight without any dieting or intensive exercise regimen. The brothers suspect that all the bizarre cases may somehow be linked to the wellness spa and head there to check it out. At Canyon Valley Wellness Spa, Sam and Dean meet the owners, married couple Maritza and Larry, and apply for a trainer position. During the interview, Larry shares that he met his wife while he was studying in Peru and was struggling with an eating disorder, and details how she helped him lose all the weight and be the fit, athletic person he is today. He then goes on to explain that they only have one position as a trainer and offers one of them to help out as a cook in the kitchen. After some discussion, Sam takes the trainer position while Dean resentfully becomes a cook. While the brothers acquaint themselves with their new work environment, Sheriff Donna comes to the wellness spa for some suction treatment and is taken to see Maritza. Inside the treatment room, Maritza prepares the suction cups, lights some aromas, and puts the sheriff to sleep. Then, a disturbing suction structure protrudes out of Maritza's mouth, and she proceeds to suck the fat out of Sheriff Donna's back. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, the head cook, Maritza's brother Alonso, isn't impressed with Dean's work and picks on him to work harder. Alonso gives Dean a tray of pudding and asks him to portion them in small individual boxes to give to the clients as a break from their normal, minimal, and healthy foods. While scooping, the starving Dean steals a box, hoping to eat it as soon as he finishes his task. On the other side of the spa, Sam leads a yoga class, and as he goes around helping the clients, he is mystified to notice that all of them bear the same suction mark on their backs. After the class finishes, Sam rushes out of the class, hoping to find out more about the marks, but runs into Sheriff Donna, who identifies him as an agent in front of Larry. Sam babbles his way out of the awkward situation, but is interrupted by a desperate phone call from Dean, who has become groggy, incapacitated, and almost passed out after eating the small container of pudding. Sam runs through the grounds and finds Dean incapacitated in the storage room. After hearing about the pudding, Sam assaults its ingredients out of a chef, and the brothers learn that the pudding is laced with roofies, drugs known to alter subjects' alertness and memory. The brothers then approach Sheriff Donna in the spa, who tells them that after waiting for 6 months to get into the wellness spa, her dreams are coming true as she already lost 10 pounds in a single day. The sheriff promises not to blow their cover and confides in them that she has struggled over her weight after her husband left her, and that she doesn't care how she lost the weight, but just aims to lose a lot more of it. The brothers support and console the sheriff before heading to their next task. Meanwhile, after hearing the sheriff refer to Sam as an agent, Larry discreetly goes around snooping in the brothers' car and learns that on top of being federal agents, his new employees are also supernatural hunters. Larry rushes to his wife with his discovery, shows her newspaper clippings of Wayne's murder, and warns her to dispose of all the evidence of the sucked fat as soon as possible. Maritza goes to her office and starts to dispose of the jars full of fat in her refrigerator. Then, as she starts to feed from one of the jars, Dean walks up from behind her with his gun pulled out. Dean then ties Maritza to a chair and demands an explanation for what's going on. Maritza explains that she's a pish-taco, a Peruvian fat-sucking parasite, and adds that she and Larry open the wellness establishment so that they can help clients lose weight while she has a regular source of food to sustain her. Maritza swears that she had nothing to do with the murders and that she has worked so hard to find the healthy balance of coexisting with humans. Upon further press, Maritza confesses that her brother, Alonso, who is also of her kind, has had a hard time with his portion control and struggles to conform to coexistence with humans, and hence been demoted to kitchen duty after nearly killing a client during a fat-sucking treatment session. On the other side of the spa, the frustrated Larry goes in search of Alonso to pull him aside and scold him for his crimes all over town. Larry then declares that his patience has run out and proceeds to throw his brother-in-law out of the establishment. Alonso turns into his parasite nature and fatally attacks Larry before escaping. Meanwhile, after hearing all of Maritza's accounts, Sam and Dean take a special knife from her and go down to the basement in hunt of the parasite killer while leaving Maritza behind until they figure out her true intentions. In the basement, the brothers cruise through the alleys in the dark and are disturbed to find another dead body of a chef with his blood sucked out. Then Sam and Dean separate to maximize their chances of finding the crazed killer. Sam goes to Alonzo's room in the basement, and as he looks around, Alonzo, pumped up by his recent feed, jumps out of his hiding and proceeds to attack him. The two get into an intense fight, and Sam starts detailing to Alonzo how Maritza sold him out and angers him. Alonzo uses all his might to pin down Sam, and as he proceeds to release his sucking appendage to suck out Sam's blood, Dean shows up, hits the parasite, and kills Alonzo. In the aftermath, the police, including Sheriff Donna, are called to the scene where Sam reports that Alonzo was just a crazed serial killer. Sam then approaches Maritza, who is confused and grief-stricken over both her brother and her husband, and tries to comfort her. Sam and Dean then discuss the next course of action concerning the parasite inside of Maritza and argue as they have differing opinions. After much argument, Sam tries to convince Dean not to kill Maritza, as she hasn't yet proved to be dangerous to humans. The brothers then agree to buy Maritza a one-way ticket to Peru and escort her out. The brothers return to their residence and take a moment to process everything that went on. A couple of hours later, Dean reminds Sam that he was the one who had saved him from the parasite, the same way he did numerous other times, and demands their brotherhood be taken seriously and allowed to factor in their work. However, Sam is not touched by this sentiment and even goes as far as accusing his brother of being selfish, claiming that the only reason Dean brought him back was so that he wouldn't feel alone. He then goes on to demand that they keep their relationship strictly professional. Dean refuses to give up on their relationship, and hoping to get Sam to look at things from his perspective, asks his brother whether he wouldn't do the same thing if he was in his shoes. Sam breaks his brother's heart once more and tells him firmly that if the roles were reversed, he would not help save Dean.